Hello. It's Saturday and we're going to be doing Soutache. It's going to be a good long time, so we're going to be spending a little bit of time together so we can go over this. If you don't want to watch me the whole entire time, don't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all. So you guys know it will be posted anyways, so no worries. So hey Shelly. Hey Robin, hey Susan. All right, so housekeeping. Next week is this guy on Thursday. That's the slide pendant. The slide is probably actually easier than this, but we're gonna go into depth about all this stuff today. So this is probably a great review. Next Saturday, these guys, for lack of better words, I called it the flower. The flower can be reversible. So I have enough to do 2 more of these kits and maybe 1 or 2 of these. So thank you guys for purchasing them. They will be on their way to you shortly. So they are pretty fantastic and they're structurally sound. As you can see, there is like fire polish down there in the center. And I mean, these things are not going anywhere. So I do like them. They are fun. All right, so that's next Saturday. So when we do those, I'm going to be making another colorway so that way I don't waste the kits on you guys. So it's going to be this color, kind of like a pink and black. So we'll see how that goes. I'm kind of running out of colors of petals. So, hey. All right, Monday after coffee with Stephanie, we are going to be doing a bead embroidery kind of like how I put everything together class. So I encourage you guys to go find a cabochon of your choice. I'm using one of these. This is one that my mom made. So find some light colors in your house of what you may have. And so I've grabbed some delicas and I got some seed beads, some 15s and some 11s. And I got some fire polished here and some brick beads, and I'm just gonna go at it and see where the mind takes us, because a lot of us are afraid to, oh, and leather. Look at that leather, isn't that cool? A lot of us are afraid to do anything with bead embroidery because we don't have a pattern. So I'm gonna show you how like easy it is to just go without a pattern. Don't be afraid, it'll be fun. So. All right, so that's gonna be on Monday, say around 3 o'clock, okay? All right. Yeah, and so today's giveaway is one of these. You choice which color you want. These are like the matte metallic ones or something like that. These, they're called something else, but they're kind of gold lustered to them. So that's what we're doing. All right. I'm trying to think of what else, if I have any other housekeeping issues before we get started. Oh yeah, we're thinking of doing this one too as another free class. So not very hard. Stuff you might have at the house. So pretty easy bracelet, but some fun to spend some time together. And that was my water bottle that just fell over, just by the way. And this is something my mom just finished. So, you know, she's doing some Soutache too. So, isn't that cool? Well, one of her caps, isn't that pretty? All right. Let me think. I think that's it. So, what is this about? This is housekeeping issues, Lynn. So we were just talking about the classes that are coming up. So these are coming up next Saturday. This is coming up next Thursday. This is today. All right. So, and then the bead embroidery kind of let's go about it workshop is on Monday at around 3 Eastern Standard Time. Find a cabochon of your choice. Go for it. Get some colors that kind of match with the cabochon, or you can go with colors that don't match with it. That's up to you. Some people like to go totally funky. I'm not knocking anybody's choices and stuff. So, and go with it. So, But yeah, so I use Italian lambskin leather. You guys can use ultra suede if you have it, or you can wait to back the project up later. So, you know, when we're out of confinement. So let's talk about Soutache first. So Soutache that's widely available here in the United States looks like this. So this is the Soutache that we can typically get here in the United States. So when you look at it like this, you're like, oh, that's not too bad, you know. It's that's pretty okay. It's not that bad. So let me show you the Soutache that we get in Europe. So, and the Soutache we now carry. So this is one strand next to one strand of theirs. So here we go. Can we tell? There's a difference, quite a difference. So yes, this is the Soutache clasp yarn. So, but yeah, so you can tell that there's a difference there. So we carry now the Italian Soutache. They have everything from, this type is called KTM. So it's very cool. You could definitely see the V in there. They have cashmere. So this would be a cashmere blend. They have denims. So this is denim. So your blue jeans can make some Soutache too. So we have, and then the metallics. The metallics are really pretty. So this is like a rose gold color. So pretty. Big difference, yes, big difference. When we first attempted Soutache here in the United States, me personally too, I was doing it with the what's widely available here in the United States. We still have a ton of it here in the shop, so but it's kind of like more of a thing of like showing what to not to buy, I guess. I sent a bunch of this to Hannah Rossner to play with, and a bunch of our Soutache that we have here to play with, and I labeled it good Soutache versus bad Soutache. And she's like, she called me up and she left me a voicemail. She's like, it's not that I couldn't tell that it wasn't good Soutache, but now I can definitely tell. So, but yeah, so that's something you could think about. We have, I think most of the Soutache we have is listed on Etsy anyways. But so if you enjoy this, and I'm not saying that you're gonna like, you know, some of you are gonna pick up on it right away. Some of you, it's gonna take a little bit while longer. It's okay. Don't panic. This is not a class to panic about. So, take your time with it. You don't have to rush with it through me. Remember, I'm here for the video, and the video gets posted for your entertainment and my embarrassment throughout the lifetime of me. So, so you guys can go back and rewatch it as many times as you want to. So, all right. So let's start with our supplies. So we are making this guy here. And because I do not want to make a secondary color of the same thing, I'm making a different color. My colors are going to be seafoams, as you can tell. So my Soutache colors: silver, turquoise, and this is like a cashmere. It's called Nassau, which I guess is, you know, supposed to be like Bahamas. So we're using a cabochon. This cabochon is the same size as this one here. So and then I'm using a different one here, a round one here. So different ones for different kind of things. All right. It's going to do the same idea. It's going to go around the same way and everything like that. So don't panic about that. It's just, you know, something different so you guys can see there's different options for you to go with. I used 8mm pearls. I used 4mm pearls, Swarovski pearls. So, and I used some 3mm Swarovski pearls. All right, we also used some Chinese Crystal Rondelles. I think these are 6mm. Yep. 6x4, 4x6. Cup chain. I used 2mm cup chain. So, and some 11-0 seed beads. Really, you only use like 3, and I mean 3 seed beads in here. So, obviously I wasn't sure what color I wanted to go with, so I just grabbed them all for now to go with, and so we'll figure it out from there. And then you're gonna need some E6000. I have some F6000 here. It's just like E6000, but it's got a little tiny tip. So if you have GS Hypo cement, that'll work too. That has that tiny tip. If not, grab yourself some toothpicks. Those work too. Stiff stuff, ultra suede, and oh yeah, these guys. I forgot these guys in Lynn's kit too. The drop duos. So I hope you have it now, Lynn. So, all right, so we got that. So let's start with gluing these down, and then we'll talk some more while we're gluing these down. So cut a piece of stiff stuff. Doesn't have to be very big because we're gonna cut around it, but you know, I'm over exaggerating everything right now because it's on a video, so yay. All right, and we're gonna use our E6000 to glue it down. Don't go crazy, just enough to cover and stick it down. We don't need it glooping everywhere, you know, that kind of thing. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one too, while I'm at it. So, ta-da. All right. You got them. Hey, the mail service works quick. All right. So for those of you that got a Soutache, we're going to be working with this component piece first, the big doohickey guy. So the big doohickey guy, you notice he goes around this big stone and he goes underneath here, around this 8 millimeter. And then on this side, it goes around the 8 millimeter and then around the 4 millimeter here, okay? We add the cup chain separately. We add this double thing separately. The antennas are added separately. The cup chain down here is added separately. This is a separate piece here that is layered on top of that piece. So if I pull this back in there, you can see that there's more Soutache under there, but it's layered on top, okay? So we're gonna be working with La first, okay? So La is gonna take about 12 inches of Soutache of all 3 colors. So cut yourself 12 inches of Soutache of all 3 colors. Oh yeah, tool of trade, get a ruler. One that says Beadjoux on it so you can remember where to buy your stuff from. All right, so we are going to cut around our cab with the stiff stuff. Stidare, yep. Oh, you didn't, Robin? I am so sorry. Are you sure it wasn't in there with all the beads? Because we threw it in with all the beads. Robin didn't get cup chain with her kit.
No?
That's okay. We could work on the first piece. I could send you more cup chain, and you could work on the rest of it later on, so no worries. All right, cut around it. Can't really see too much of the ultra suede or what is this stiff stuff, sorry. If you want, you can get a little bit closer. It's fine. And this is just a backing for later on, so that way we can, positive. Okay, I will send you some, I promise. I got more here, so. Sorry about that. Sometimes when we're making kits, we do it pretty quickly. And so what we're going to do is we're going to wrap the Soutache around there. So you're not going to see it anyways, but it acts as a backing or a platform for us to nail that Soutache down to the bottom of the inside. So, all right, let's talk about Soutache now. As you can see, there are patterns in this. They're little V's. So we got to get our V's all going in the same direction. You're welcome, Robin. So that is the plan. So, kind of line them up. Figure out first what color we're going to put first. So, outside is going to be your gold. Inside is going to be your coral color. Inside right next to the stone is going to be your creamy white color. So I'm going to try to mirror that with what I have here. So I'm going to make my metallic color, and then I'm going to make my turquoise color next, and then I'm going to do the lighter color on the inside. So that way it doesn't look so different. All right, so my V is pointing outwards on the lighter color and the turquoise color. And on this guy, the V is pointing towards me on the silver. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get it to the point that it is pointing outwards, just like the other ones. So you might have to flip it around, turn it around, in order for you to get your V to point in the same direction. So there we go. All my V's are pointing out now. So now we're going to layer them. And we're going to layer them to mirror the pattern that we want. So this will then wrap around the stone as so. So when we have them layered like this, remember we got one part of our stone here where we got the one circle around here. And then we got this other part here where it goes around here and over to this side, which means we need more on this side than we do on this side, correct? Yes. Okay. So you cut 3 strands at 12 inches in length. So I have 3 strands of the one color, and you're going to cut 12 inches of all 3. And then leave the rest. So, because you're going to have some left over. And the leftover is for the different stuff that we need to do later on. I'm answering questions as I go along, guys. So we're going to need to have some more on one side than on the other. All right. So what I kind of do is, since I did not write any directions for this, I'm just going to kind of go with it and figure out how much I might need on each side and just tell you guys. So let's say we're going to put it at our center stone at about 4.5 inches down. So center part of the stone would be the middle part here. If I pinch it at this area, I'm going to have 4.5 inches here. It's going to go around here, and it's go around a bead after that. And then the rest is going to be on the other side. Okay? Let's thread our needle and let's get started. I'm using 1G, if any of you are interested. Don't create huge lengths of thread. Use no more than a wingspan at a time. You can add thread to this. It's easy to add thread. It's not hard. So, but you don't want to get all tangled up in pieces and everything like that. So use manageable length of thread. Some of us like to use 3 football lengths of thread. This is not the project to do so. The reason is you don't want to tear any of the soutache while you're coming through. The more you pull at it, the more it's going to tear the actual ribbons, the threads. So you can use some wax or whatever. Beeswax, I don't do that. You're not working with anything particularly really sharp. I will show the direction of the V just a moment, Robin. So we're going to do a, I guess it's called a quilter's knot, I think. So what you do is you have your needle going one direction and your thread going the other. So my thread's pointing this way, my needle's going that way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap my thread around the needle. Like I do it quite a few times. Most people can do it 3 times or 4 times, and it does. I'm like, hey, let's do 10. So, and you're going to grab that coil of thread and pull it all the way to the end, and it makes a little bit of a knot there. Okay? And then I'm just going to cut off the excess. All right. So, Robin wants me to go over the V's again. So, I'll pull this apart. There are definite V's or a V pattern that is made with the Soutache. So, all the V's need to be pointed in the same direction. And the reason is there is a thinner part and a thicker part of the Soutache. So, here's the thinner part. The thinner part is pointed closer to me, which you don't know where me is, but me is on here, going this way. And the thicker part is on the outside, going that way. So, thicker part is right here on this, and then the thinner part's over there. So, have the V's all pointed in one direction. Typically, we want the bigger part on the outside of the design. So, but whichever way you decide to do it, just make sure you just go with it for the entire part of your design. I'm looking for words, and they're not coming out. So, all right. So the way I'm stacking it is my metallic is going to be on the outside at first. Turquoise is going to be on the inside, and the lighter color is going to be on the very, very inside, closer to the big cabochon. Again, when we wrap this around these things, it's going to end up moving the design a little bit. So we're going to end up with the metallic wrapping around the inside of the bigger beads. Okay? So these are all pointed towards me. Stack. So that guy's first. This guy's next. This guy's last. And there's a stack. Okay? So, if you watch Monica Vinci, she always says to massage the Soutache, which means just kind of pull at it and roll it in your fingers. And what we're going to do is we're going to get this onto the stone here. Okay. And we're going to have one side longer than the other side. Okay? So for me, when I'm looking at the stone, the left side is going to be shorter than the right side. The right side's going to have the longer threads. Okay? Hit play. All right, so when she says massage it, it means that we're going to start working this thing around this piece here. All right? We already have our needle and thread in place and ready to go, right? Right. So I'm going to flip it over to the back side. Right now it's going to look like my right side is longer than my left, but or my left side is longer than my right, but it's just because I have it flipped over to the back. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to catch the ultra suede or the stiff stuff in the back and then go up through all 3 of the Soutache. And I'm using a size 11 beading needle, if any of you are interested. Okay? So, that's that first stitch down. And we're going to start massaging this Soutache around the edge here. Okay? So that way we know how it fits, how it should fit, how it should wrap around. Okay? And we're going to make a small stitch on the inside. Small stitch meaning that we're going to go through all 3 ribbons, but not a lot of it's going to be showing here, okay? Bring them through the stiff stuff. Okay. Flip it over to the front. Make sure you can see all three colors clearly. So make sure there's not one covering more than the other or one's higher than the other. Just make sure that they're all there clearly, okay? We can make a big stitch now. So we can make a big jump over here. Massage it. Make sure it's at the place that we want it to be. Okay? Don't pull too tight. We don't want it bunching up. And this is kind of opposite what we do with beading, where everything's like gonna strangle everything. So, so just don't pull as tight, all right? And I'm going, and this is the pattern that we're gonna make. We're gonna be joining these guys in the center right here. I first stitched through the backing of the stone, Sharon, and then up through the soutache. So that way my knot is catching the backing here, and then up through the soutache. Okay? So if you guys see, in this design here, I have it wrapping around the oval, so that way it meets in the middle part of the oval on one side. All right, so we're gonna mirror that the same way. As we're doing that, we're gonna make sure our Soutache guys are all behaving themselves and we can see all the colors clearly, okay? So flip that back over. And we're gonna do this side now. So remember, small stitch. Flip it over, make sure that our soutache is the way it should be. In the front part. Catching that stiff stuff again. Pull it through ever so slightly. Okay. So knot was where we first started. This right here, let me grab a permanent marker so that way I can show you guys. That might be a little easier. Since we're gonna cover up the permanent marker anyways, right? So the knot here is where we first started. I'm gonna put a little number 1 there. All right. Number 2 is where we're gonna finish. Okay? Because it's gonna look like this. So number 1's up here where we started. Number 2 is right where that 3mm pearl is hiding. Cool? Cool beans. And I'm taking little breaks in between so that way I can let you guys catch up if you're lagging behind. So it's gonna be very boring when you start watching it over again. You're like, come on, Stephanie, stop talking and actually do something. All right, so again, massaging the soutache so we can get it to behave the way we want it to behave. Stirare. Stirare was like kind of like massaging it. All right. Oh, it looks so pretty. I like these colors. Yeah, you could watch from now, Sharon. It's okay. I'm taking my time as much as I can. I don't want to, I don't want you guys to have to watch me for like 6 hours later on. I mean, I know you like me, but I don't think you like me that much. I hope you like me. How would I say it that way? All right, so we're gonna do a big stitch now. Or what you can do is you can start a new thread too. It's more comfortable that way. That works for me too. You guys can watch me suffer through it. It is a little bit different for me actually doing it on camera than it is me sitting, comfortably, not standing, because I am standing right now. Oh, yeah, that would cause me to curse. So, if I did that, Sharon, so. And we probably do not need to listen to me curse right about now, so. This is supposed to be a G-rated video. All right, back through, small stitch. And we're working our way towards the number 2 on this side. Massaging the soutache, flipping it over, checking the front to the back, in between. If we need to add another little point in between later on, we can always go back. It's very forgiving. Just try not to make it too tight. No strangling. Strangle your husbands, not the soutache. I bet most of you want to do that right now anyways. No, not a circle around the stone. I went from one side to the other side. And that's just the way I did it to start off with. So if it helps for you to work from the number 2 and work all the way around to the number 2 again, just know the direction of which the stone is going. That's it. Or not the direction the stone is going, but the direction that you're going to end up grouping this all together. Grouping this all together, which would be at the number 2 point down here. Okay, making sure that we can see all the colors all the way around, getting closer. And so, as you can tell, when we end up joining all the threads together here, we got this nice little freaking hole that I can see stuff underneath, which is how the 3mm thing ended up being there. Hello! We're in Brazelton, Georgia. All right, so that's how the 3mm ended up being there, was because there's this nice hole. I can obviously see other stuff in there. I don't want to see other stuff in there, so we fill up holes with other beads. And that's what you do in soutache, you fill up. So, all right, so we're gonna flip this back over, see where we're at. Small stitch. No worries. Still a party even if you're late. And remember, Stephanie will exist forever and ever and ever in social media because of this. Thanks, coronavirus. I was pretty much anonymous until this happened. You notice how I'm just kind of flipping it back and forth, making sure that all my threads are seen. I knew you guys were gonna say that, like, why didn't you start off with that colorway, Stephanie? Gosh darn you. All right, so now I'm going back to this side because I'm meeting at the number 2. So we're gonna go back down here and through all through the Soutache. If you can see, the needle point is over there somewhere. There you go, you can see it now. And we're getting close to closing it up now. Okay, flip it back over, see where we're at. We are on the outside edge of this now, right here, and we're gonna get ready to close this sucker up. I'm pretty sure they sound a little bit more gentle and everything and all, you know, proper when they're doing this on the videos from like Italy and stuff like that, and not me. I'm like, let's close this sucker up. All right, so we're going to go back and forth now in between here to start to gather it all together. As you can see, I just went through all 6 of the cords. My mom's laughing at me. She thinks I'm funny. Ta-da. All right, back through. Now we're gonna go through 3 of them. We're gonna fix this guy here because he does not want to show up. There we go. It's less slippery for sure. It grips a lot better. The quality is a whole lot better. All right, so we'll go back to that. So here is Soutache that is widely available here in the United States. I'm not going to say it's American because I'm pretty sure it's not made here either, but it's what's available to most of the bead stores here. I'm going to put the silver. This is the right here on. It's my right. I don't know what it is for you guys. But on my right-hand side, it's the one that I'm bouncing up and down right now. How about that? Is the Italian Soutache. On the left is the American Soutache. So if I hold them next to each other, you can definitely see the difference. And there we go. So it's a lot thinner. The braids break apart a lot easier. It's a lot more slippery. This grips a whole lot better. And the V is typically more definite in the Italian Soutache. So here is that different color that I showed you guys before. Let me wait for it to get in focus. There it is. And you can definitely see the V pattern on here. All right. That's what we're talking about. That's the good stuff. All right. So thanks, Sharon, for giving us a little bit of break so that way people can like catch up with me if they have to. We're going to use a 3mm now. I can't read the rest of your comment, so all I got, Sharon, is so you can explain the difference in our Soutache and the Italian kind. Is it less slippery or what? So far it seems the ... because it won't let me see more. So I hope I explained it in the way that we should be able to explain it, in ways that we would be able to understand. All right, so back to this guy here. We're going to pick up our 3. It's all about education. At this point you know what? You're not learning from a professional, I can tell you that. This is, I am learning with you guys. I mean, I can read up about it and everything, and, I just know from Monica what she says. But hey, look, it fits in the hole. See? See what I mean? And then you can't see underneath it. Great. Okay. Going back. This is why this is so much. You're going to laugh at me later on. You're going to revisit this and say, Stephanie is such a goofball. I was going to come up with another word, but again, this is supposed to be G-rated. So, you know, it's about a learning process for me too. I'm learning how to do this just as you guys are learning how to do this. So, no worries. We learn together. All right. So, I just popped him out of the hole. But anyways, he's going to go in there. So, I went through 3 of the Soutache. Now I'm going to go through the other 3. Hi, Leslie. It's Leslie Fruman. Yay. So far, I had 2 national instructors on here. I feel so blessed and so embarrassed at the same time. All right. So we're just going to stitch him down in there. And there he is. He found his new home. Oh, it's Monica Vinci. Great. She's going to be like, are you stirare? All right. So there we go. We got our guy in there now. Okay. So we are going to work on this side first. So let me get these out of the way. So there's our 3mm in here. So we got the big stone in there. Leslie is very much awesome. She taught here for the last time for us. Gosh, when was it, Leslie? February? Yeah. What did I stitch in there? I stitched a 3mm pearl in. There he is in the hole. Ciao! Okay. So see? There, he's gold in there. So I know, Lynn, that you're doing a little bit of a different color and stuff like that. So your 3mm is going to be right there in that hole. So now we're going to work on, since our needle's coming out on this side here, we're going to work on this side here first. So we need an 8mm pearl, and then we're going to use a 4mm pearl. Okay? So let's get out our 8s. And like the Italians are joining us now, and so they're all going to be laughing at me, but that's okay. It's okay. We'll make it through, right, guys? Right. I want to know that, you know, the Americans may not do Soutache, but hell, we can give it a shot. So I'm just getting my 8mm together here. And I'm probably going to take a drink of water because I am so thirsty. I got water, Mom. Thanks. While you guys are catching up to me. Because I luckily know where I'm going. You guys do not. All right. So we're going to pick up our 8mm, and he rolled away. Did you see that? He doesn't want to be with me. That's right, Connie. Right about what? Right about Stephanie being like, you know, crazy? All right, so we threaded our pearl in there, and before we stitch anything, we are going to work the Soutache around this guy. Stirare. So massage the Soutache around. Remember I told you that this is going to end up going around, so that the metallic one's going to be on the inside, and then we're going to have the turquoise, and then we're going to have the other one on the outside. There you go. So it's going to make the loopy loop, and it's going to loopy loop around. So we're going to get this Soutache to agree with us here. And by agree us, we're going to massage it. And we got to see all the colors as it goes around. Yeah, Connie, I'm saying so much right now, I can't remember what I said. So you just have to If I'm right, I'm right. I'm good with it. All right. So we can see all the colors, right, guys? All the colors are there. So there's the hole of my pearl. That's right there. So what I'm going to do is it's wrapped around pretty good here. And we're just going to go through the Soutache. Can you see it? Hole's right there. I'm going to go through the Soutache by the hole. So you know the hardest thing to me, and I just got it wrapped around here, so I got to pull my strings out. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to talk because that's what I do. So the hardest thing for me to see or understand is the earrings they make in Italy. Oh, I'm glad you're loving this class. I like doing it. Anyways, so the earrings. So there's obviously a left and a right side, right? Because we have left and, a left ear and a right ear. So so I hope we do. It's not like it's a big or the boxer that chewed off the ear or that kind of thing. We should have two, one on the left side, one on the right side. And I'm going to go back through here. And this is securing the pearl, finding the pearl hole, going back through. Back through. Okay, so when they do the earrings over there, there's like matching side. And if you saw some of the earrings they make over there, you're like, oh my God, those are gorgeous. I can make it as a pendant. Well, I cannot make it as a freaking earring because you have to like match the sides. They have to match, there has to be mirror images. I can't do a mirror image for some reason. I can do a mirror image on one piece, but like on another piece, they'll both end up looking the same exact way. So there won't be mirror images. So, you'll be wearing like the same earring on one side as the other, and people are going to be like, this is like, what the hell do you have going on here? Because you do not look like you're straight right now. So, all right. Trying to make sure that we can see all the threads, all right, as we're stitching it down. Massagey. You guys are going to hate me. It's going to be like reweave for Leslie. Reweave. Gotcha. I hope you're laughing at me right now, Leslie, if you're still watching. All right. Gathering it together. All right. Picking up this guy again. As you can see. Ta-da. That's what we're doing right now. So you can see it's together here, like the two threads, the two threads. Oh, Jesus Christ. The braids are together for about, let's measure it. For about 1/4 of an inch. All right. So that's what we're going to do is we're going to join this together, bring the braids together here, go back and forth. You like that sound, don't you? And we're going to bring it together, stitch it together like that, like so, see? Okay. And so that way we can see all the colors. Remember, massage and see all the colors. That's important. And we're going to stitch up together for about 1/4 of an inch. And then we're going to wrap around again. And we're going to wrap around with our smaller pearl. So that's the path that we're taking. So as I work, so what'd you say, Susan? So much easier with the stiff stuff. I did mine without before. Nope, so much easier with the stiff stuff. I tried without the stiff stuff and it was a disaster. So, I'll show you some other ones that I did before that I didn't do. I don't know if I did it with the stiff stuff or didn't do it with the stiff stuff. It's been a long time. All right, this is Stephanie just playing around. And this was quite a few months ago, as you can tell. I did not revisit this for one reason or another. But you can't see the color in here. I kind of smooshed them together that you can't see the purple anymore. So that would have been, Monica Vinci would have failed me. She would have been like, fail. And then, over here, it's kind of like, it's kind of pulled over to one side over here. And she would have been like, oh, fail again. So, it just takes some time. But I did use the stiff stuff on here. I wasn't sure if I did or not, but I did. But as you can tell, it takes some playing around with, and if you don't get it on the first time, don't panic. I didn't panic. I was like, I am going to power on because I have to, because I have a lot of Soutache in the store and we got to find a way to sell it. So power on. So you don't have to go through all freaking of the threads all at once. You can go through 3 and then the other 3. So don't, like, if it's too much to grab or whatever, or you feel like you're panicking, don't panic. There we go. So I got it through 3. I'm going to go ahead and pull this through. And then I'm going to straighten myself out. And we can move that pearl too later on. So the 3mm one. What did my watch just tell me? I think my watch just told me to breathe. Breathe, Stephanie. And then we're going to go through the other 3. We're just starting to close it up together. My earring looked like Mickey Mouse. You know, it's called the harp shape, or that's what people call it all the time. The Mickey Mouse earrings. So, and see how I'm starting to close it up here? Try not to put too much pressure on these guys here because we just stitched them down. We didn't really close them up. So this guy keeps on wanting to tuck underneath and he's pissing me off. And see, we can always yell at him like that. That works too. Did I tell you guys there's a liquor store down here? Like in our same plaza. So if I get really pissed off at this, I just go to the liquor store. So if I take like a 15-minute break, you know where I went. Okay. Ta-da. And we're stitching and we're closing it in. Hey, look, there's another space there. You just took a Xanax. You want to share with me, Lynn? All right. So, look, there's another space there. Guess what time it is? It's time for a seed bead right there. See him? He's orange. So, at this point in time, I will decide now what color seed bead I want to use. This message brought to you by my Yuki in Toho. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, you could use an ice drink. We could all use an ice drink at this point. We've been in isolation for way too long. I think the bright silver is too bright, so I think I'm going to go out with this. Shall I use more greens or turquoises? I think I shall with this one. And the reason why I'm going to choose this is because it's going to be against the silver. So this is like a color. So we'll talk about color design and stuff like that for a minute. So if you want something to show up, you're going to use a different colorway. So something that shows up against it. So since it's going to be in between the 2 silver threads, here, I'm going to pick one of these guys to go in. I think I'm going to pick the shiny guy because I always like shiny. Hey, Alexandra. Tomorrow is carbs and chocolate, so I keep on telling people that, you know, I'm going to curse here. So that I'm going to get shit-faced with chocolate cake tomorrow because I'm just so excited because I have not had chocolate or anything like that for like 6 weeks now because it was the start of Lent. So I gave up pretty much carbs and chocolate, so carbs and sugar. So, all right, back here again, and we're going to stitch in our seed bead. All right, and there he goes. Covered up that hole, that space there. Make sure we can see all the threads, okay? Massagey, massagey, massagey. So now we're gonna go up a 1/4 inch, a 1/4 inch of the way. So we're gonna stop right around here, and then we're gonna wrap our 4mm pearl. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Alexandra. Yes, I love dark chocolate. You know me. And a bone for Connor. Connor and Cody, my two guys right now. All right, so I'm back here on this side here. I ended up in the stiff stuff again. So I'm just going to scoot my way through the stiff stuff, because remember, you can't see this afterwards. We're going to be covering this stuff up. So it's going to be covered up with ultra suede afterwards. So we're just going to go through and stitch in between all the threads here. And we're going to make sure that we flip it over so that we can see what's going on. Yay, a few bones here. He's going to be your favorite. He's going to be like, bring her back. I like that national instructor. All right, stitchy in between here. 1/4 inch up. So what we're working on right now is this part right here, that part. And then we're going to go wrap around the 4mm pearl. I just stabbed myself. I like it when I do that. It makes me feel alive. My mom just laughed at me again, guys. She thinks I'm hilarious. And no worries if you keep on getting wrapped around these things. I do too. It's what happens when you're not used to it. So practice it more. We'll all get used to it together. I get to do another one of these classes next Thursday, so. I'm going to be a pro at this by the time this is all over with. All right. Almost there. All right, we are here now. We have just stitched on this side here, stitching the threads together. Let's get together. All right, so now we're gonna use a 4mm pearl. Water, anybody? They're like, oh my God, drink more water, you'll be quiet for 2 seconds. All right, I am using the Swarovski, the Dove Opal Gray thing. Probably not saying that correctly, but it's that one. So the great thing about Soutache is you really don't use a lot of beads. It's like very little beads going on here. So this is great for your scrap things. So if you have leftovers or whatever the case may be, it is great to use leftovers. Which is awesome because I typically hate leftovers. All right, so we're setting up our pearl in here. Getting myself tangled again. So what it's going to end up doing is going to wrap around this guy and go underneath the big pearl. Okay. Oops. Oops, mean I lost my needle. Like it fell off the thread. So give me a moment while I rethread myself, guys. Yes, I know. I have it. You can get some too, Alexandra.
Crap, that was the needle that just fell on the thing.
I tell you, okay, like I said, the Italians, they're probably much more eloquent at doing this than I am, but we're from the South. I will get it threaded, I promise, guys. I really usually am not this bad at threading needles. Typically, people give me their needles in the bead stores to thread for them. And miraculously, I can do it on one shot. But you put a camera on here and have me talk and everything, and all of a sudden, I can't do anything. All right, finally got this needle threaded, so let me get it back to where it's supposed to be. All right, and we're back. We're grabbing our 4mm pearl. We promise not to drop it this time, right, Steph? Right. Talk to yourself. I don't know what this is, but it needs to go away. All right. So, again, like I said, we're going to wrap it around that guy, and it's going to go underneath this guy here, like so. And it's going to end. So, we got to make sure. And see, we do have some leftovers. And don't worry, we'll use leftovers, so keep your leftovers. So, is anybody else getting really sick of leftovers, like at home, like eating? Like, I can't wait for restaurants to open. You are nuts. Thanks, Lynn. You know I am. All right, so make sure we are massaging, make sure our pearl shows up. And it takes a little bit more time for the little ones than it is for the big ones. The big ones, there's more to wrap around. The little ones, it's like, I only have a tiny bit. So the little ones are going to tend to want to pop in a hole and disappear. So make sure we show them. Make sure we show it up. And make sure, see how the orange kind of like dug into there a little bit down there? Make sure you can see all your colors. Sorry, I have to bring this a little closer for me to see it, and then I'll show you guys so I can get it together. You ate the leftovers even before COVID? Oh, man. Well, it's so much cooking at home going on right now that, there's a lot of leftovers going on. So there we go. We're getting it together. And if you make a stitch and it's wrong, or it pulls out a little bit, don't panic. You can pull it out. It's not the end of the world. I am so out of focus right now. There we go. We're getting back. We can see all the colors, right? We can see our silver, we can see our turquoise, we can see our Nassau, Bahamas. All right, and the pearl is in there too. Cool. All right, so let me get my thread untangled. So we're gonna flip this over to the back side. So what we're gonna do is see how these sides are meeting right here, pump and pump here, pump and pump are gonna meet. And we're gonna stitch over here in between these two sides. I got an inch. But first we gotta make it through the other side and we're gonna wrap our thread around, so. So we're gonna, you need to get some Italian Soutache. I feel you there. Trust me, I get it. So flipping this over. The Italian Soutache is so much better. So much better. Way too narrow. Yes, I feel you there. So here is where we're gonna join the two guys together right here. First, we gotta get into the other side. Okay? Notice I only went through the pearl once. You know, I didn't go through the pearl. You don't have to go through it a million times. I know when we first kind of learned this, first meaning at the store here, we went through this pearl about 100 million times. No, don't need to. It's in there. Trust me, it ain't going nowhere. All right? We're going to go right in the corner there, right where those two guys meet, okay? And then we're going to catch the thread in between here and go back inside. Okay? Stitching them together now. Now let's get together. Yeah. Here we are. So, all right. So those guys, those two corners are together. All right. Now we're going to end this thread. So what we're going to do is we're going to go wrap around here. All right. And we're going to do this again. And we're going to catch some of the threads here. That's okay, Lynn. I am here for your watching pleasure, which means you get to watch me again and again and again and again. So I'm doing this quickly because, you know, I want to eat dinner tonight too. So, all right. Ta-da! There's our one side. Our one side is finished. Doesn't that look pretty? Pretty princess. Okay, cool. So our cup chain is going to go around the small pearl here. This is a look into the future. Cup chain, small pearl. Okay. But first we're going to finish the rest of this piece. How do we finish the rest of this piece? We're going to grab another needle, not another needle, same needle, or we're going to add a new thread and we're going to go to that guy on that side. So, and we can cut off the threads or you can leave them at this point. Show the back. There's the back. Sorry. Thanks, Robin. So what I did, you could see my threads right there. I wrapped around the threads twice and I caught a little bit of the soutache underneath. Just to stitch it back. Hey, Lynn, did you're back. Where did you go? You went to the bathroom, didn't you? Okay, so as you can see, I wrapped around that guy twice. I'm trying to put in the light. There's the light. Wrapped around it twice, caught the soutache a little bit underneath. In the corner here is where we joined. So you can see it. Oh gosh, you can't see it. You can see it right there. You can see the thread just a little bit right there. And what I did is I went coming from there into and wrapped around and came back around. Okay? All right. There's the back again. So I'm going ahead. You can go ahead and you can cut threads off if you want. If you want, you don't want, you don't have to. You can, you don't have to. Because we're not going to use, we're done with this part here. So we can go ahead and chop this off. Useful pieces. Useful. Useful why? Because we got the antennas here. See our antennas? They got to use something. So, our antennas. I know if anybody else is watching this, I apologize to you. I'm a goofball, and I'm teaching you guys Soutache. Any of you guys that do not attend the bead store do not know me personally. So, all right. Let's get another piece of thread. Again, no really long lengths. Don't kill yourself. You're going to want to shoot me if you use really long lengths because it's going to make it a whole lot harder. Oh God, I gotta thread another needle. Hopefully I can get it right this time. Yay! First shot. I'm back, guys. I'm back. My Xanax is working. Just kidding. Did you fall asleep on me? Is it working that way? All right. Quilter's knot. Remember I told you you're going one, wearing thread going the other. Wrap around your thread around the needle and do not stick your finger in there. And then grab your thread and make a thread ball at the end. Can't really see it, but there it is. There you go. And cut. The end. All right. Here we go. We're back with this guy again. So, our big pearl. We're going to have a big pearl on this side now. So I'm gonna go through this guy with my needle through all 3 layers of Soutache. 3 layers because I'm starting in the corner here, right there. So it means my knot ball is gonna be hidden in between the 3 layers. Knot ball is in there, okay? Grab another big pearl. So yeah, I know we were talking about I'm sitting for a minute because I'm tired. So I know we were talking about the Soutache and stuff like that. So the Italian Soutache, like I said, is so much more better. It makes more even. So if you guys don't have any and you're getting frustrated, it's okay. I understand. I feel your pain. You can buy some. They're not that expensive. I think a yard of it. No, a yard. It's sold in meters. Sorry, we're yards here, but in Europe they're meters. So we, since they give us meter spools, we're selling them in meters. So you can see, guys, here I'm just massaging the Soutache around. And before I do the stitch part, I'll stand up again so you can see it. But and any color you choose, doesn't matter what you choose, it's $5 a meter. So if you want the whatchamacallit, the metallic one, so if you want this one here, it's $5 a meter. If you want KTM, this color here, $5. So you can get a lot with $5. So you can so you don't have to have that many colors or whatever. So all right. Make sure both sides are equal or about the same. And if you guys are asking me questions right now, I cannot see a thing, so. Massage, make sure we're happy. Make sure our pearls, you can see about the same amount on each side. Bring my thread over to the other side. And this guy, we only have the big pearl to put in on this side. We don't have to do the other part, so. We can see all the threads. We're good to go. We're good to go, and I dropped them. Let me stand again. Flat silver silk. I never thought about that. I was thinking about using some of the silver silk in a bead embroidery project. Not flat, but silver silk. Pop goes the pearl. Massage, massage, massage. Make sure you can see all the sides. Make sure you can see all the ribbons. Okay. I do go through the big one twice, the big pearl, because it's got so much weight attached to it. More so than what a 4mm will have. Remember, it's more important what it looks like on the front side than what it looks like on the back, but you kind of do. You straighten up yourself in the back too, so. All right, and then this is gonna wrap around. So this is gonna wrap around like so. All right, so now we have, hey Trixie.
Hey, Kathy.
So now we can see all of our threads and blah, blah. Here it is on this side. Matchy, matchy. We're working it. We're working it. Okay? All right. So let me flip this over. Oh my goodness. I do not want to unthread this needle again. Not on live television. Flip this over to the back. This is my thread from my other piece. This is my working thread. We're going to make our way back to this side again. I am just trying to get this to do correctly for me. I'll show you where I'm coming out of in just a moment. See where my needle's coming out of? There we go. So it's coming out of the point where the two meet right there. You need a third hand. I can do it too. You guys can do it too. Doo-doo. All right. Check the front. Massage, massage, massage. Make sure we got it all under control here. Okay. We're gonna add our seed bead in there in just a moment. Actually, did I put a seed bead there? I did not, so we're good. Okay, so remember here to here, our join. So I'm coming out of this way, we're gonna catch this guy. Go back to the back side. Thank you. Catch you later, Kathy. All right, and then underneath. Hey, Cynthia. I haven't seen you in a while. Once. Twice. Struggling through it, but we got it. There we go. Okay, closing this guy off. All right, we got it wrapped around. There's our wrappy cue there, wraps twice. There's our connection right there. There's our pearl in place. First component made. Got it, guys? All right, we're gonna have some, let's see, what are we gonna do now? We are going to add the cup chain now. So Robin, you're going to take a break. I'm cutting off my strings, guys. So that way we have a finished piece. One finished piece. And we can kind of fix our little braids if we have to. So that way we can see them all. We can see, oh, there we go, I'm in the picture again. We can see them all clearly wrapped around. We can see our little tiny pearl, and we can see our big pearls, and there's our thing in the center there. The cup chain is 2 millimeter, 6 pp, or SS. Wait, 6 SS. All right, so looking at this, we're gonna be adding our cup chain on this part here. So if we mirror image this guy here, okay, mirror image, when I was talking about the earrings, if this is a mirror image, then this would have to be like this on this side. But see what I did? I made one exact copy, and then this one's ended up being, so the earring would be upside down. So that's what I told you I would have a hard time with that. Okay, anyways, back to this. So our cup chain is gonna start here, wrap around through here. So let me grab my cup chain. I have very shiny cup chain, sorry. So, sorry, not sorry. Cup chain. We actually have a lot of colors in right now. So, I think I put, for your kits, I did like the coral. And I think I had 12 cups on here. It's gonna end up being maybe a little different based on how close you stitch and stuff like that, or how tight it is. So I'm just kind of gonna see how many we end up with here. You can use a larger cup chain if you want, Robin, too. It doesn't have to be the 6SS. So I end up with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, about 12. Okay. So I'm gonna cut a piece that's about 12 cups in length. You can check out yours and see how much you end up with. Don't have that in your stash, darn it. How about bigger cup chain? You can use larger. I think I cut 14 just in case. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take glue. And we're gonna glue the cup chain to this. You're like, oh my God, glue. When we're beaders, we just don't use glue that much, right? Well, you're gonna glue it. Because I tried it the other way with stitching it back and forth, and I said some words that we will not repeat. So I don't want you guys to do that. I don't want you to, you know, looking at some of the Italian stuff, it's okay to glue. It is. It's fine. We're good. We're good with gluing. So remember I told you the smaller ones? So I'm using the F6000. You can use GS Hypo Cement or a toothpick. And we're just going to put a little bead of glue on here around our 4mm pearl. Okay. Okie dokie, Smokies. And we're just going to, and I'm doing this in the air, so this is going to be a little challenging because I'm standing. And you could put the cups as close together as you'd like, or as far apart as you liked. Boom! Bam! Isn't that pretty? Okay. It doesn't fray as bad, as you can see. Look, I just cut that. It frays, but not as bad. And you can always glue down the edges here a little bit, add a little bit of glue, and you're good to go. But that's why you wrap around it twice. So I'm gonna cut off the extra cup chain here that I put on there, just for kicks and giggles, because I was afraid I was not gonna have enough. All right, so there we go. We got it. We got it going. All right, so what do we do next? So now I used my coral one on the inside. So doubled it up, ta-da, went around the cup chain. Oh, sorry, up here. Went around the cup chain like this, okay? So that's what we're gonna do now, is I'm gonna grab my turquoise one because I used the one that was in between these two guys. In between the gold and the cream was the coral, so I'm gonna grab mine, which is turquoise. I'm gonna wrap it around. And the Soutache is gonna end up going underneath this guy here. So we're gonna tack it down right there. So let's see our scrap pieces. I don't think our scrap piece is gonna be enough, so I'm gonna have to cut another piece. Let me tell you about how long this piece should be. So you should be cutting a piece of Soutache that's about 4.5 inches in length. We don't want to ever cut it too short, too close, because then you can't grow Soutache. Tell people the same thing with leather. You can't grow leather, so cut enough that you know you're going to use. So now we're going to add a little bead of glue on the outside of the cup chain. I hope you guys can see this. And we're going to grab our thread another piece of thread to get started. Where the hell did, okay, here it is. No panicking. My mom's laughing at me again. Dun 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 dun. Dun. filter's knot. Bring it down to the edge. Cut off the rest of the knot ball. Cool beans, peeps. All right, let's stand back up so we can see this. We are going to fold the soutache in half. All right, our folded part, folded edge, I'm sorry, I'm not flipping you off, but our folded edge is closer to the big stone. Ta-da, here. And it's gonna go wrap around, and it's gonna wrap around underneath the pearl, okay? So remember I put glue on there. Okay, so now, kind of got it glued down. Now we're gonna stitch it. So the glue helps it stay. Stitching's gonna make it stay. So we're gonna start at this edge here. And you're gonna go underneath the cups and over the cups. So the first one, I'm gonna end up going over. Because I wanna try and get this corner as close as possible. That's why we glue it, because we pull it apart. Wrap our thread around the other piece, and you see it even happens to people that are claiming to be professionals at doing this. Okay. On top, underneath, back and forth. Where the hell did the needle go? Okay. Okay, you don't have to go in between each of them. Just enough for tacking it down. Tacky, tacky. And make sure that you check the soutache each time. The braids are behaving. We're together like we should be. If they come apart while you're doing it, don't worry. If you put your stitch in the right place, it should go back together where it was. See? Small stitch, angle it. I don't quite understand that question, Sharon. Oh yeah, it should be attached through the through a side, not. So the shiny part, you're gonna attach it so that way you can see the cup chain. So you're gonna be attaching it from the side, from the side. That's a good question. Thank you. As you guys are watching me. And I'm just getting this together. Making sure we can see all of our threads. Making sure we massage it and we tell it it's pretty. You're so pretty. He wants to come unglued. You are not going to do that. You are going to behave. Yeah, so when we glue it down, Sharon, you're definitely going to want to see the shiny part of the cup chain up on top, so. Give me chocolate already? It's almost time. All right, attaching at the corner again. Corner to corner. Feel the love of the corner. There's our corner. Flip it over so we can see what's going on and we can see that we're doing okay. Tack it down. See where the needle's going? Go around it, wrap around it twice. I love adding the cup chain. It's so gratifying. It's very pretty. Very, very pretty. Pretty, pretty princess. Okay. So, what else we got doing here? We're going to add more cup chain. Hey, party! All right. We're going to add our cup chain here on this side right here. So, can't see it because it's underneath there, but if I pull that back, you can see it slightly. Maybe if I put it in the light. Anyways, the cup chain goes all the way around underneath. Where's my needle? It goes all the way around underneath here. So we're going to do the same thing, even though we're going to put this piece on top of it. Because here's the thing. You guys might like it better just with the big piece. You don't have to layer this piece on top of it if you don't want to. You can make this piece for something else. So let's do the whole component as it's supposed to be done. Oh, here's the back, guys, if you want to see the back of what it looks like. I'm going to cut off these little doohickeys right now. These two little pieces that are left over from adding the... Okay. Pretty put together. Not bad, right? So, all right. So, let's add the cup chain again. more cup chain. Oh, okay. What color cup chains do we have? We have lots of color cup chains. Some of the ones we have. Looks like a candy cane. This is like crystal with gold, pink with gold, aqua blue with gold, purple and gold, golden shadow and gold. And I got silver too, so no worries. We're good. We're good in the cup chain department. Let me tell you about how long you should be cutting this cup chain at. Measuring it up around. Last step of the first piece, I use a 4mm purlin. This piece is going to be about 1.5 to 1 3/4 inches for me. About how many cups is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, about 16 cups. 16 to 17. I might even chop off 1 or 2 at the end, so. I like to give myself extra. Again, same thing as before, same concept as before. You can't grow cup chain or Soutache or anything else. So give yourself a little bit of extra to go with. Glue. End to end in the glue department. And start gluing your cup chain on. Glue it so that way the shiny side, glue it so that way you're staring at the shiny side. There we go. Oh, so pretty. Whew, that flew across the room. It's going into bead soup on the floor. All right, cool. All right, so back to our original sample. We used, again, the coral color all the way around and then the metallic gold on the outside. So on this one, I'm gonna be using my turquoise, the dark turquoise, and then I'm gonna be using the metallic silver. So for our dark turquoise, again, we'll have to cut another piece. Let me tell you about how long this piece should be. Approximately 5 inches for this piece. Oh, My mom's cutting your cup chain, Robin. It's gonna be on the go today. All right, more glue. And if you guys notice how much glue I'm adding, this is not like gloopy amounts of glue. This is just enough to tack it down, enough for you to be able to get this stitched down a little bit. Thank you, Beadjoux. How may I help you? All right, fold it in half.
Oh, that's okay. How are you?
Where's my needle? There's my needle.
Yes. That's okay.
Get your needle ready again.
Okay. You want me to run out? Okay, sounds good. No problem. I'll be here. Thank you, sweetie. Thanks. Bye.
Make your quilter's knot again. All right, so let me show you how much glue I have on there. It's highly reflective, of course, because of this cup chain, but you cannot see that much glue on around the side. So the glue is like a light green for some reason. I don't know, it doesn't dry clear. Okay, so there's not that much glue. So please do not add like copious amounts of glue. You do not need copious amounts. Just need a regular small amount of glue. Fold your soutache in half. Wrap it around. Position it. Make it nice. Make it want to play well with others. And start to tack it down. Okay, remember I go through, down here, and on top first. See, coming out on top. Over and under. Go over on top first, that way I can make sure I grab that corner pretty well. Small stitch, angle it. Then on the back side, we go. Straighten out your soutache, check the front, make sure we're in business. Over to the front, to the top side. Okay, straighten out your soutache. Again, make sure we're in business. Massage it. Took my needle out. My watch just told me it's time to stand. I've been standing for the past, how long it's been? Hour and a half probably. I think he needs to be quiet. Got it wrapped around there. Okay. Hey, Pauline. Straighten it out. Angle. Walk 250 steps. That's it? That's all it wants you to walk? Go on the inside edge. Straighten it out. Up through the top. Straighten it out again. Trying to find out which way would be better for you guys to see this at. Okay. And we're back at this corner again, where we're gonna meet. Okay. Again, small stitch. Angle it. Angle it so it's coming out there. Join them together again. Make sure everybody's happy. Make sure everybody's pretty. Corner to corner. Corner to corner. We join that there. That corner's joined. All right, wrap it twice. Tack it down. So the wrapping it twice is, of course, when you cut it, so that's the way to make sure that it won't come apart. While you're doing that, you're catching either the stiff stuff underneath or something like that to make sure it tacks down nicely. Sometimes if I don't feel comfortable enough with it, I do it 3 times. Do not wrap your thread around it like I did, see? Ta-da. There we go. He's added. So now, you gotta add a metallic silver on top. So we will grab our metallic silver and we'll find out how much we need of that one. So this is the one that we're doing now, which is right here. And it wraps all the way around the back side too, so. So you need approximately 5.5 inches of that one. So we're gonna cut this string off. And we're gonna add a little bit of glue again around the edge here. So we're gonna add a little bit of glue around this edge now. Okay, fold this over. Get our needle ready to go. Needle is ready to go. Massage our soutache. Make it behave. Sometimes it doesn't want to. We're gonna say, yes, you are. Layer it on top of the other one. Wrap it around like so. Okay. Pretty princess. And we're gonna start stitching that one. So instead of stitching all the way back from the cup chain, we're just gonna start stitching from the turquoise soutache. Soutache. Angle stitch. Wrap it around, flip it over, make sure we're nice and happy on this side. And we're gonna tack this down right here too. So if it continues to move like that, don't worry about it, we'll tack it down. You're not even stitching this in your drink. It's really not that bad. It's worse because I'm doing this, holding it up on camera, but it really isn't that bad. Be careful of that glue. It gets hard. The star one is a whole lot easier. The star one's little tiny components, little tiny pieces that you just add together. This one's kind of like, hey, what do you do with this? Keep on checking it, guys. Make sure everybody's cool, good to go. Angle stitch. This needle is getting full. All right, we're at the end of adding this thread to it. I almost went through my finger there. Nearly stitched through my finger. Okay, check it on this side. Corner to corner here. Here's the corner, corner to corner. Corner to corner. Wrap it twice. And there we go. All right, so let's cut the threads off in the back. Then we're going to start on our other piece. Before we start on that though, I'm going to tack the two little edge pieces to the main piece so that way it stops moving so much. Yours may be maybe more rigid than mine, and you might not have to do that. But it doesn't hurt. Yeah, that's the carnival one. 2 of those. Yeah. All right, so these are the guys that I'm going to be tacking together, okay? Right there. Just going to go inside. Catch the thread on this one. There's one, tacking it down. Go through this one here, through the center. Back down through. Tacky, tacky. There we go. All right. So, no more moving. He stays in place. What do we think about the colors of this one, guys? My mom likes it. Okay. So, back to this guy here. This guy is going to be this guy here, the square one. So, square, and we have our little rondelles and our little formula pearls. So I did that. I offset them because I wanted this one to go over, this one kind of attached better this way, like that. Cool. Like the colors. Much better than the coral. You know, I don't know. I like that color combination. I like the coral and whatever combination. So I'm gonna cut this around. And I, of course, stitched down the middle. These are all usable pieces. Don't throw that stuff out. It's much more easier when you back it with the ultra suede. So even with, there we go. Even with this guy here, the ultra suede, excuse me, and when you back it with the stiff stuff, I use the stiff stuff on the Rivoli as well. Okay. Thanks, Kara. All right, so let's see how much of this we need. So we used the metallic and the creamy color here, or the inside color. So the inside color and the outside color. I didn't use all 3 on this one, so let's see how much we need. This color and this color. And you see my very rudimentary measuring systems here. And this one is about the same size on both sides, so. And if you use a bigger stone or a smaller stone, it might be a little bit different. The size might be a little bit, you might need more or less or whatever the case may be. So it's going to be about 10 inches of this that you're going to use of both colors. And I'll probably have a little bit left over because my stone is round, so it's not gonna take as much surface area as this one to cover, so, but, all right, so, we're gonna talk about the V again. I'll probably use a different color ultra spray too. I don't need that tan. All right, on tangent. Thank you. All right, so here's the V's. My V's are actually lined up this time. Now they're not. See the difference? Yay. This is yay. The V's are pointing this way towards my thumb, my nail. This is nay. One's going up, the other one's going back down. So we want them both to be equal. Okay, we want them both to be facing the same way. All right, layer them where they're going the same direction. Work the threads. Find your center. On this one, you can find your center because they're going to match. Mine is round, so it's going to be a little bit different than that one. When you first start off with encasing a stone, you're going to have to play with it a little bit. Play with the Soutache a little bit. Because it's going to want to misbehave. And it's going to want to say, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to listen to you. Kind of like my 6-month-old golden retriever. No, I don't want to listen to you. But eventually, he will listen to you. So we know that it should be going that way. And again, mine's going to look a little different because it's a round stone, so the placement of these beads up on top and then curling around is going to be a little bit tiny different. So grab some more thread. Where'd it go? Here it is. Remember, a manageable piece of thread. Manageable piece of working thread. Because otherwise, you are going to hate me. For those of you wondering, I'm using 1G. I like 1G for this. I actually like 1G for a lot of stuff, so I use 1G a lot. Quilter's knot. Take the ball, the bottom, cut off the exits. So with this, I'm going to show you the other way to do this, which would be to bring it around and join it at first. I'm just organizing my threads again. So the stiff stuff also helps to grab along with threads, with the Soutache, so it doesn't slip off as easily. I used to like blue a lot. I do more pink now. I wear more pink now. So since mine is round, I don't have to do all this back and forth so much. And it's a smaller stone, so I can just pretty much start to close it up, play with it a little bit, and start to close it up. I'm still going to tack it down in the back by the with the stiff stuff, because that way I know it's secure.
Andy here, Linda? Okay, I'll be right out.
Okay. That gap right there. Thank you. Happy Easter to you as well, Lynn. That gap right there is where we're going to add our pearl. We're not going to do that quite as yet, as we're going to kind of stitch this down all around. Small stitches, because if I don't, then it'll start slipping out. Flip it over, make sure we're okay. See how I'm working it all the way around? Work it! I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I'm trying to go, when I'm coming out of a stitch, I'm trying to go in between the ribs of the Soutache. Can't remember if I ever said that or not. Mine is pretty. Oh, thanks, Lynn. I hope you're talking about my Soutache. Okay, so now we're in the middle here, and I'm going to add my 3mm pearl, just like I did up on top, if I can find them. You just told Rich what? That I didn't say it? Oh my gosh. Stephanie, you're a horrible instructor. All right. Pick up our pearl. Stitch in the ditch. Stitch in the hole. Ta-da. Oh, that's not pretty. Okay. What do we do with it now? So this is the top part. There we go. So now it's gonna go floop and then around. Okay? So on one side, what would be my right side here, I will be adding the first fire polished or Chinese thunder polish thing. And on the other side, I'm gonna be adding the pearl. And then I'm gonna loop around on the left side, and so Let's take care of the right side first, okay? Does that sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan to me. Okay. So let's grab a Chinese crystal. That's 4x6. So make sure you're on the right side and that you're putting in the right beads on the right side. So this guy's gonna wrap around here. He's gonna create the one guy on top and then wrap around and go behind, okay? Okay, remember we're going to make our soutache work. It's gonna work for us. Okay, whoop, slide. All right, so he's gonna sit in there just like that. We can see both colors nicely, okay? Find a hole. A buco. Is that how you say it, man?
A buco, yeah.
A buco. Hole in Italian. You said, yep, I'm a horrible teacher, or yep, what? Yep, what? Okay. Back through. Remember, it's bigger than a 4, so typically go back through twice. Catching that pearl. Get out of the way. Okay. So then we're going to end up stitching these guys together a little bit. Oh, thank you, Lynn. So let's pick this up. So down here, we join them a tiny bit, just a couple of stitches, just enough for that right there. And then we're going to wrap it around and go underneath, okay? And I did use a seed bead there, so I will use a seed bead again. First, let's stitch them together. Knots. I hate it when it knots. Shoot. There we go. I was arguing with it, if you guys didn't hear it. Okay, here's where I'm going to add that seed bead. And which one did I just do last time? Did this one. Silver against silver, so we'll do the same color. It's just a tiny little 11 OCB. Not much to it. Just enough to cover that up. That hole in between. Pinch myself. See? Covers all that up. Angle stitch. out there, a little bit down. Okay, so now it's going to wrap around like so, and then go underneath. Okay. So we're going to get out another 4mm pearl. All right. Four millimeter pearl. Bring that down. Coat your soutache to wrap it around. It's going to wrap around and then go underneath like so. Okay. Corner to corner. Remember, you got to do that as well. Remember, we should be seeing both of the colors of the soutache. Okay. We just kind of have to go through this pearl once because it's a 4, kind of just sticks in there. I will not, trust me. This is really only my second piece, so. And we all learn at our own pace. So, trust me, I had my imperfections too. I can point them out to you. All right. Corner to corner. Wrap around twice. Flip it over, make sure everybody's happy where they need to be. Okay. And then we're going to start on the other side. So remember the other side, I start off with the 4mm pearl up on top first, and then I went to the 4x6 crystal. right, getting my thread ready. All right, so we are gonna get ready to add the pearl. So we're gonna stitch our piece with our knot through here. Just to get set to go, okay? Pick up our 4mm pearl. Bring that down. Massage it, wrap it around, wrap it. Our 11 seed bead is going to go in between there, so don't worry about it too much. Just make sure we're set to go on that department. Stitch it through where the hole is. The buco. Stitch through. Line up our threads further down here to make sure we're all good and set to go. Angle stitch, down, cross, and through these that are underneath. I lost my needle. Ah, I hate it when I do that. Hang on, let me stitch my needle back on here. Attach it again. All right, and we're gonna add our 11 seed bead right there. So our 11 seed bead is going to be right in that hole right there. Right there. There we go. So now we're going to tack this down a little bit and then wrap the Chinese crystal there. So make sure we get our threads right so we can see everybody. Okay, angle stitch. check it on this side. So we're about yay on this side. Okay. Ta-da. Getting ready to add our other crystal. Crystal will wrap around like so. Like this. Then get stitched down. And then we kind of add a little 3mm pearl there just in case to hide it. Okay, we're gonna play with it until we get it to where we want it to be. Okay, once you get it and you're in the area that you want to be in, go through where the hole is. Ah, let it go. Don't let it go. Of course, it's going to be the last one that gives me fits. Last little ball. Haha, I got you. Okay, corner to corner. Ankle stitch down. Getting ready to do the corner to corner. I lost the needle off of here again. So one thing I don't like about 1G, it's slippery. So your needle has a tendency of climbing off. Especially when you're working with shorter lengths of thread. Okay, get it set up again. So when you let it go, you gotta get it back together again. Okay, corner to corner. Corner to corner. Tack it down. Okay. There we go. So now we're just going to cut off the edges. We're going to place everything together and stitch together. Corner to corner, Lynn. So, if we could zoom in, if we can get close enough to see it. That's not focused in on my fingernails. There we go. All right, so when the two pieces of soutache meet, that's what I'm saying, corner to corner. So, here I'm gonna take a piece of my needle so you could show it to you. So, there is a stitch that is right here. And what it does is it catches this soutache, so that it catches the green soutache and the silver soutache together, like that. That's corner to corner, and you're doing that with a piece of thread. So that way, it seals up the edge corners, and you don't have to, it won't come apart that way. So, I don't know if you can see it better in this one, because I use more of like a tan thread. Kind of use your thread to mimic the color of it, so see if you can see it where the gold is. You probably could have seen it right here, but I hid the bead on here, so. But yeah, that's corner to corner. All right, so we're gonna layer this now. So the way I did this is somewhat like so. Kind of offside a little bit. Mine is a little bit smaller, so I'm gonna see more of my cup chain here. Where that gap is in between is where we did the antennas, is what I call them. All right, so let's grab some more thread. And we're gonna stitch these two together. I have like a graveyard of thread over here. All right, quilter's knot again. Cut off the excess. All right, so just kind of going with this and see where we land with it. So in this part right here, in that hole right there, is I'm gonna stitch a 3mm purl. That's what I did over here. So kind of like where that's sitting. Kind of going with it. I'm digging it. I can still see a little bit of the cup chain, so you can still see how this is making the turn here. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with that corner to corner. Now I'm stitching in between. You can go from the back side or the front side. That knot ball is gonna hide in there. Like so. And since I'm using the silver and stuff like that, I'll just kind of hide in there. So we're gonna do the corner to corner. So, like so. So I'm coming out of that one and I'm gonna go into this one. And stitch down into that piece there. And that's gonna lock this part in. Into place. Okay. And we're just gonna repeat that thread path right there, just to make sure we're good to go. We're golden. Okay, you can see where I'm coming out of. Corner to corner. Okay, that side's tacked down. We can cut that thread off now. Now we're gonna tack down the side that is closest to the stone here, and we're gonna add our 3mm pearl here in the center. So I'm gonna make another quilter's knot, another knot ball. We are just going to tack this down, and we're gonna tack this down from this side, from the back side. We're not gonna necessarily worry about corner to corner because there really is no corner to corner here, so, but we're just going to go in here. Just tacking it into place. I'm trying to come up in between where my 11-0 seed bead is, right there, okay? This is where I'm gonna add that 3mm pearl. Just kind of stitch it in between the two pieces here. Seriously, my watch just told me it's time to stand again. Just need one, not 20. We're just gonna stitch that in. And it's gonna come out in between here on the back. hiding that spot right there, okay? And come up kind of close up to this cabochon here. Don't push up on it. Just close enough to it. And we're gonna make a stitch in between here. Just to tack it down. Okay, here we go. We officially tacked down that other piece here. All right, so now we're gonna make our antennas. So our antennas are gonna go here and they're gonna go up here, I think, yes. So I have two that are offset to the side a little bit right here, these two, and then I have these two here that go into this spot right here. So our antennas, I made them with the coral. You can make them with whatever you want. Based on how much blue I have in here, I think I'm gonna make mine with the silver. So cut this off and let's make some antennas. So our antennas are made with drop duos. So I'm going to take 4 drop duos. Okay. We're gonna take our silver piece. We can use one of our scraps right now. We're gonna use a little bit of glue. We're gonna cheat. The drop duos do have holes, but they're so tiny sometimes that a little bit of glue will help. And there are certain sides to these drop duos. There's one side and there's the other side. This one is same on both sides, so we don't necessarily have to worry about it. Finicky little guys they are. And they're gonna go in like that. Okay, cool. All right, so let's get our needle and thread ready. I'm gonna add the ones down here first. There are holes in here, so we're just gonna go in between the holes. Oops, forgot to cut off the excess. Just back and forth, catching holes. Angle stitch. Catch it on the other side. Catch you on the other side. Stitch back and forth. Okay. There's one of our guys, our antennas. Make the other antenna now. I'm gonna leave that thread on there. My pants are pulling down, so let's pick those up. I swear I'm losing this thread every day. Okay. Our other one. Add a little bit of dab of glue to the top part here. Go into the V. Wrap that around it, like so. Grab our needle and thread. Find the holes and stitch back and forth. Okay, angle stitch down, close it up, and I had one kind of offset to the other, so they were kind of like that, piers. Yep, so to do that, we're gonna turn it slightly and stitch an angle stitch down. That's going to make it curve. Got a little curve going on there, see? All right, so now we're going to stitch these two together. There we go. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna stitch them to here. Wherever they might fit. So they fit like there, like a puzzle piece. And just stitch them in place. The start of a bunny, yes. Bunny ears, antennas, however you want to call them. Check out the back. See how we're doing. Stitch through all of this here. Flip it over, make sure we're good. We're golden, we're golden. All right, 2 up here. Cut off these tails. Sorry, my mat's a mess. Got scraps everywhere. Try to clean it up a little bit. So now we're doing these 2 up on top. Okay. Put a little dab of glue. Put it inside the V. Then stitch back and forth. Sorry, these are harder for me to see, so I have to bring them closer to me, which I am coming out of the camera angle for that. Angle it. Stitch back and forth. Okay, one more. Fold these over, fold them. Make a little crest there. It's okay, yours doesn't have to be exactly like mine. We're individuals, we have individuality. I think that's the whole point about it, is it's just so sense of individuality of what you want to put in it. So the colors can change, the beads that you use can change. So trust me, you do not hurt my feelings if it doesn't look exactly like mine. I'm like, good, I might like yours better. Angle it. Then stitch back and forth. All right, so these are gonna go somewhere around here. Let's see kind of how I like them to be. I think this shall be cool like that. So what do you guys think? I think it's cool. Cool, cool. I haven't started singing on here yet, so that's a good sign. Okay, so I just joined them all together. I don't know where this black seed bead came from. And we're gonna kind of just stitch it where we want it to be. So I'm thinking I like it there. So corner to corner, because we're at a corner. Corner to corner. We're gonna stitch that down over there. So we're gonna go up through here. Through where the cup chain is. Make sure we don't loop around that. Back through here to tack these together. Okay. Stitch down. Tack it down. All right, ta-da. Cool, right? All right. Last step before we add the backing, let's cut off these threads here. I want to make sure that these guys are all kind of like stuck in here. Thank you, Lynn. How's that for an American doing soutache? Ah! All right, so we're gonna make the bail to go up here, like the bail is right there. Cool? All right. What color, what color, what color? So I think I'm going to use the turquoise. And to make the bail, you're just going to fold it over on itself like so. Make it wide enough so you can fit whatever you want through it. Okay. So let's take another piece of thread. I'm gonna run out of this silver 1G. Do you the same materials for a kit for me? That's English, but I can't understand it. Do you?
Do you have?
The same materials for a kit for me? Do I have? I has. Yes, I do. Huh? All right, so we're going to figure out where we want the bail. Have, there you go. Kind of want it there. And we're just gonna tack it down. Dibs on a kit then. Cool. I think Sharon already called it before you did. But I have enough to make another one. Don't worry. Dibs on a kit. This is a pretty color, I will give you that. I will say that. So when I did it at first, I was looking for something that was eye-catching, of course. So corals and blues typically good. They photograph well. So hence the reason why I chose those colors at first. And I'm just tacking down this. Damn that Sharon. She said, darn that Sharon. She always beat you to it, Lynn. Love the cab. Thank you. I've actually had it here for a while. It's not until you use something with it that they're like, that everybody's like, oh my God, I have to have it. All right, stitch that down. Can you see how I stitch it down a little bit at an angle? So it'll hang straight that way. All right, guys, so the only thing that's left now to do is to glue it on ultra suede and cut it out. That's it. It's done. So, ultra suede that I glued in the back, I only glued it over the main parts. I kept the little doohickeys on the side and everything that didn't have all this mess going on here. I left that out. So, let me grab some silver ultra suede. I'll be right back. I thought I was gonna use the beige. I'm not feeling it. Changed my mind again. Gonna use Italian leather. Coral works for you. Cool. Robin needs an orange one. Yeah. So I'm gonna do mine on the Italian leather. So that's right, the sample is coral, yep. So kind of figure out how much you need. Cut it out. Okay. Sometimes you flip it over and you feel like you need to like fill in that hole there. You can fill it in with some more stiff stuff. I don't think I need to this time. I think it's gonna be just fine if I just glue it down the way it is. We're gonna take our E6000 glue because it comes out a lot thicker, a lot better. We're gonna glue, especially these parts here, the little fringies. Glue them. Glue the main parts. Fringies again down here. Up on this part here, put some glue. Glue, glue, glue. So, you can extra glue this part. Flip it over. Set it down. Then we're gonna leave it in place for a little while. Let it love each other a little bit. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take some tiny little scissors and you're gonna cut along the edge of where the soutache and the leather meet. You don't need to backstitch this. You're like, how? It won't matter, trust me. Okay, so you get the idea, guys? So we're gonna cut all the way around on the sides here. Mine's not fully glued yet, so I'm gonna kind of let it be happy, and so that way that side is officially stick down, so that way it doesn't keep on popping up. And that's what we're gonna do. And that's how you end it. So let it sit for a little while, glue it, and then you'll have this. All right, what time is it? 5 something. So that was about 2 hours. So it took me 2 hours to show you. I'm gonna take this off. Oh, how to do Soutache pendant. Cool. Ta-da. I don't backstitch the backing on this one. I didn't. See, I just glued it. You can if you want to. Knock yourself out if you want to. I just didn't. I didn't need to, I think. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. It was fun. Oh, show back of the sample. Back of the sample. Okay, you can't see the back of the sample because you see my face. All right, that's the back of the sample. There's the sides. When I turn it to the front, can't see any of that, so it doesn't really matter. It's glued on there, so it's not coming off. Sides don't look too bad either. So, like I said, it's glued on there, can't take it off. All right, and we're back. Thank you guys so much. It was fun. I'll see you on Monday. Have a very, 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 very happy Easter. We miss everybody. That's what Mom said too. So what is happening next? Next Monday at, what is it? 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is Coffee with Stephanie. Yeah. So at 3 on Monday is bead embroidery, teaching you guys how to do bead embroidery. This will be coming up soon too. This is a newer one, so that we're working on, which I think most of you will have all this stuff at home anyway, so there we go. And Thursday is the Soutache Star bracelet. Saturday is the flower. So I still have a few more kits of the flower left. I have 2 blues and 2 pinks. Yep. So, yeah. Oh, 3 hours. Thanks, Robin. I don't know. I've been standing for so long. I can't tell you anymore. So, but yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Happy Easter, and I will see you on Monday. All right. Bye. Hugs. Love.